Allah, Allah. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن رسول الله. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة لا حول ولا قوة. حي على الصلاة لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. حي على الفلاح لا حول ولا قوة. لا حول ولا قوة. الله أكبر الله. لا إله إلا الله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا وسلم وبعث محمدا ليلا. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره. Can you brothers move up and just let's make ta'zeem of al-Islam and the Sunnah and all of that. Move up for your own rewards, for our community, our religion. And alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh. Wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyi'ati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة وترك أمته على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. A few days ago, a brother stepped to me in a way of adab and love and concern and respect. He said to me, is it possible on Friday that you don't start the khutbah until after the Adhan is finished? Because I want to make the dua that we should make after hearing the Adhan. I didn't give him any kalam, no falsafa, no rhetoric, no kalam farid, no kalam kathir, no rad, no bayan, no shak, none of that. I said to him, ala ras wal ayn, as you like. And that's because, number one, I appreciated him coming to me and saying that to me. Because I stand here on this minbar before this community and I give the khutbah on Friday, giving you people advice, nasiha. The Prophet mentioned, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, al-mu'min mir'atul mu'min. The believer is a mirror to his brother. If he sees his brother every week sitting in the back against the wall and he knows this is not what you should be doing, he should say to him, come up, man, come up, come up, man, come up. Come up, man, come up. He doesn't say to him, move up, in order to put him down, treat him like a slave, to make him feel or seem lesser than. Ad-deenul nasiha, ad-deenul nasiha, ad-deenul nasiha. Giving advice is part of the religion. We mentioned it 3 times for emphasis. So I stand here and I give advice to you people, and I'm the khatib. But when that brother came to me and said what he said, it was an opportunity for me to say to everybody here, the women included, the kids included, babies, everybody. I am a nasir, but I'm also a person who's ready to be mansur. You can also advise me the way that brother advised me. Everybody here, I seek refuge in Allah from the understanding that some Muslims have that the imam can't be advised, his mother or father can't be advised, the molvi can't be advised, the teacher can't be advised, the husband can't be advised. A'udhu billahi min dhalik. That is a musibah to exist like that. So moving forward, any and everybody here, the door is open to advise me. But my question to you before I deal with today's khutbah is, as an Imam al-Shafi'i used to say, when he used to debate with people, he would hope that the truth was with that person because he said he had the ability, if the truth was with him. When he said what he had to say to Imam al-Shafi'i, he presented his proofs, and Imam al-Shafi'i said he could accept the proofs from him because he knew himself. He said, but if I had the truth, I don't know if that man could accept for me. That's what I'd say to the community. I didn't argue with the brother, not because I'm bigger. No, I'm making a point. I'm not making tazkiyah of myself. I didn't argue with him. Anybody here brings me the truth, I'm going to be munqad to the truth. You think I left kufr? You think I left the religion of my mother and my father to play around? I want to know what the truth is. Just do it with adhan. Do it in the way that makes it where you want a person to accept it. That's the first thing. Second thing is the topic that he spoke about. It was a serious topic. The dua after the adhan. The dua after the adhan. I said, no problem. So I came here today to deal with the issue that he brought to the table, knowing that al-Islam, as the Prophet says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is going to fade away and disappear to the point where the Muslims don't know the basics of Islam. Tawheed will become shirk, shirk will become Tawheed. The Sunnah is innovation, innovation is the Sunnah. That's how it is. Ma'ruf, the ma'ruf, what's right, is going to become munkar. Munkar is going to become ma'ruf. The woman is going to be up top. The man is going to be the matbu'a. The woman is going to give the adhan and the iqama and the salat, and she's going to be the imama, and the men are going to be sitting listening. These are the times we're living in. He says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the Quran is going to be raised out of the earth until there doesn't remain one ayat of the Quran. And I'm telling you, that time is quickly approaching. It's indicative of the way we sit for the salat, for Jumu'ah. You know, these Christians, when they go to church ready. They go ready. And their religion is not the truth. We have to develop this thing in ourselves where we come to this Jumu'ah and we look at the Jumu'ah as being from the sha'a'ir of al-Islam. This is who we are. It's not just, I'm going to go to Publix right now. Where you go? I'm going to Publix right now to get me some eggs and to get me an avocado. This is Jumu'ah. The least you can do if you're worth your weight in salt, ya Abdullah, ya Amatullah, is learn about how you can position yourself to get the maximum rewards. The maximum rewards. So the adhan is from the sha'a'ir of al-Islam, and it is fading away. It's fading away. So I wanted to take this opportunity today to make some tanbih on a few issues concerning what the brother mentioned, because it was important. It was important. The adhan, as you all know, it simply means an announcement. That's what the adhan means in the Arabic language. And it's been mentioned in different ayat of the Quran in that way. وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ. Allah told Ibrahim, make the announcement and tell people to come and to make hajj. وَأَذَانٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ إِلَى النَّاسِ يَوْمَ الْحَجِّ الْأَكْبَرِ. Allah has made an announcement. It is an adhan from Allah and His Messenger to the people on the day of al-Hajj al-Akbar, that Allah is free from the mushrikeen and His Messenger free from it. Is an ilan. But the adhan in the deen is the announcement to let the people know the salat is in. It's time for the salat. And I told you before, as-salat khairul mawdu'. That's what the Prophet said. The best thing that you can do is to make prayer. So the adhan is the miftah and the opening to this tremendous ibadah from al-Islam that defines us. And the position of the mu'adhin is not what we think. The position of the mu'adhin, because of its connection to the adhan, is a position because al-Islam is fading away. We say, you want to give the adhan? You want to give the adhan? You go give the adhan. I saw an adhan on social media with a brother who looks to be like an African-American revert, and I'm not putting him down. He gave the adhan and it sounded like it was a Negro spiritual, and I'm not putting him down. He probably a new Muslim, I would think. But the way he gave the adhan, may Allah bless him for his niyat, for his sincerity. As Muslims, we have to look at that situation and say, hey, this is not a good reflection of what our religion is, and we have to do better than that, unless that's all we have. The adhan in al-Islam is not a joke. The adhan in al-Islam. Abdullah bin Umar was a tremendous companion, not a regular companion. From the 6 that narrated the majority of the hadith. From the 4, Abadan, the son of Al-Faruq, Umar al-Khattab. He was a scholar. He traveled, a man met him for the first time. The man, you can imagine, was happy to see Umar, the son of Umar, and to meet him himself. He said, Ya Abdullah bin Umar, Wallahi, I love you for the sake of Allah. Practicing the Sunnah, telling the man you love him. Abdullah ibn Umar said, I want you to bear witness that I hate you for the sake of Allah. The man was shocked. I hate you for the sake. He was shocked. Never met him. He said, why? Why do you hate me? He said, because you're adhan, you're the mu'adhin, and when you make the adhan, you make the lahm. You don't make it correctly. You do it the way we read the Quran. That's how you do it. And that's istihza with the religion. The Quran is not read like that, and the adhan is not made like that. He said, also, I don't like you, I hate you for Allah's sake, because you take money for the adhan. It is your wadifa. You're getting paid from that. So that goes to show the importance of the Muslim knowing his religion. The religion is not what the people of Masjid Sunnah think it is. It is not what the Masjid over here, it is what those companions understood. Abdullah ibn Umar. It's how they would look at us if they knew you didn't pray, if they knew your wife didn't wear hijab, if they knew this and this and this. It's not how we would look at each other. We have to always ask ourselves, how would Allah look at this? How would the Prophet look at this? Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How would the companions look at this? A boy, I don't want to divert, but I have to share this and just bring it on the ground. A boy contacted me, wanted to marry my daughter. Who's in medical school. He told me, I want to marry this sister who I saw her thing, and this and this and this and this. As for me, I'm from here and here and here and here, and I do this. I wrote him back, I said, I'm shocked and amazed that you'll contact me about marrying my daughter, and you didn't even introduce yourself to me. He went back up there and he sent me a thing where he said, but I'm from the Netherlands and I'm Dutch. This is an introduction to the man who wants to marry his daughter. No name of his father. Where you come from? I'm not putting him down, but this is where it is today. This is our religion today. This is our condition today. So we have to come to know what is the religion. The Prophet mentioned, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, لو يعلم الناس ما في النداء والصف الأول ثم لم يجدوا إلا أن يستهموا عليه لاستهموا عليه. If the people only knew what is in that adhan in terms of fawaid and ahkam, what's in that adhan in terms of the tariq, in terms of what it means for Allah, in terms of why it was legislated and how. If the people only knew, an indication they don't know. They don't know. If the people only knew what was in that adhan, And if they only knew what was in the first row, and the only way to determine was for them to draw lots, they would have drawn lots. The one who wants to make the adhan, he would say, no, you're not making the adhan. I want to make the adhan. No, I want to make, because of what's in the adhan. You want to pray in the first row? No, and the people would have been trying to get in the first row. But they don't know. And that's why if it was allowed for a person to sit out in this car and to turn the car on and be in the AC, he would do that. You got to get to the masjid, man, and get to the first row. If you only knew what was in that adhan. We have to know what's in the adhan. Listen, the scholars of Al-Islam have ikhtilaf. Which one is more virtuous? Which one is heavier in the scales? Which one is closer and more beloved to Allah? Is it the mu'adhin who makes the adhan or the imam who prays? If you ask our community, the vast majority of the people will say the mu'adhin, the imam is better. The imam is better. And there are some people who took that position. But the strongest position, the position that I take, like Imam Ahmed and other than him, rahmatullah alayhim, is the mu'adhin is better. The mu'adhin is better. If you're going to respect the imam in any given masjid, then respect the mu'adhin. Why is the mu'adhin better? Because of the ahadith and the ayat that prove it. They're more in number and they're a'zam than the other ahadith that people use to show the imam is more virtuous. The mu'adhin who gives the adhan. And from them, the proofs that show that he's better than the imam, more virtuous, is the ayah of the Quran. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلٍ مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. Who is better in speech? Who makes speech better? Said to my mother today, I love you. I'm saying to you, I love you. For Allah's cause. Got no LGBT up in here, but for Allah's cause, I love you. A person is talking and he says different things. Who is better in his speech than the one who says the truth and he calls and he gives dawah and he does righteous deeds? And then he says, I'm from the Muslims. Our mother Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, from the ulama of the companions, she said, أُنزِلَتْ هَذِهِ الْآيَةُ فِي الْمُؤَذِّنِينَ. This ayah has been revealed for the mu'adhin. And there wasn't even any mu'adhin when this ayah was revealed. Surah Fussilat is a Meccan surah. And this ayah is in there. But her understanding was, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ. She said, those are the mu'adhin. This is this ayah that's talking about. Better than the imam. The mu'adhin is better. How do we know that mu'adhin is better than the imam? One of the companions, tremendous companion in Al-Islam, Ummatul Islam, understand the adhan is serious. Like all of Islam is serious. The Jumu'ah is serious. The beard is serious. The lip is serious. More serious than all of that, Al-Jannah, Al-Nar, Al-Nabuwah, Al-Risala. Tawheed is serious. There's nothing in our religion that we should treat it like that. It's just a fly. No doubt the miswak is serious. Allah loves the miswak. But is the miswak on par with respecting your mother and father? No, not the same. But there's nothing in Al-Islam that is insignificant. Nothing. The Nabi showing, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the importance of the adhan. He said to his companion, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, I see you, Ya Aba Sa'id, that you love the ghanam. You like sheep. You like goats. You have these as money. And I see that you like to stay out in the desert. Although he lived in Medina, he had money, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. But he used to like to go out there and just be out there in the openness with his goats who would graze out there. He said, yes, Ya Rasulullah, I like that. He told him, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, إِذَا كُنْتَ فِي غَنَمِكَ وَبَادِيَتِكَ وَأَذَّنْتَ لِلصَّلَاةِ فَارْفَعْ بِذَلِكَ صَوْتَكَ فَإِنَّهُ لَا يَسْمَعُ لا يسمع مدى صوت المؤذن لا يسمع مدى صوت المؤذن جن ولا إنس ولا شيء إلا شهد له يوم القيامة. When you're out in that place by yourself, not in a masjid, you went on a trip, a picnic with your family. You went out there to Moss Park for the Eid, and Dhuhr came. When you're out there like that, Abu Sayyid al-Khudri, make the Adhan. Make the Adhan. And when you make the Adhan, raise your voice, because there is no jinn who hears your voice. There is absolutely no jinn, no human being, Muslim, Kafir. And then he said, La shay. There is nothing that hears your voice. A bird, an ant, a bee, a rat, a mouse, a cat. There is nothing that hears your voice. A tree, nothing hears your voice, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, except that Yawm al-Qiyamah, it will come and bear witness for you that you gave da'wah Allah, that you called to Tawheed, that you made the ta'weed of Allah by saying Allahu Akbar. Right here, you all know right there, we have a basketball court. These non-Muslim kids in the area come and play basketball. We don't mind that. We tell them, respect the masjid. In Ramadan, you can't do that. Respect the masjid. And when it's time for the Adhan, we open that door. If they're out there, they'll stop. And they look. They don't talk to each other. They look. Many of them are Hispanic, Latinos, and they're looking. And that Adhan is dawah to them. And that Adhan from that mu'addin is dawah to them. I ask you, how many times and how many people from you sat down with non-Muslims to explain to them something about Islam? Well, that mu'addin is making the Adhan. And I can see those kids when they look, they're looking saying, what is that? What are they saying? Perhaps it will prompt them to go and will prompt them to learn. What is Islam? What is this Adhan? Whether they do that or they don't do it, they'll come Yawm al-Qiyamah and they'll bear witness for anybody who made the Adhan. That's not the case with the Imam. The Imam is reading the Quran. Every harf of the Quran is ashara. I said, not 10. But everyone who hears his recitation doesn't make shahada for him Yawm al-Qiyamah. That's only for the mu'addin. The Adhan and the mu'addin, they are serious in Islam. Yawm al-Qiyamah, the Prophet mentioned sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, أطول الناس أعناق يوم القيامة المؤذنون. The people who have the longest necks Yawm al-Qiyamah will be the people who made the Adhan. Pay attention. I told you in the last khutbah, a Jannah is what no one ever saw, no one ever heard. وَمَا خَطَرَ عَلَى بَالٍ وَلَا عَلَى بَشَرٍ. In the Jannah are bayut, fawqaha, bayut, and ghuraf, mabniya. In the Jannah is what you, Yawm al-Qiyamah, the mu'addins will have long necks. Why? Why long necks? Because of the shuhra. The people will be standing here, billions of people. They don't know each other. How many imams or mu'addins are there in Florida? How many? How many in the United States? How many in the world? How many? We don't know the mu'addins right here in Kissimmee in Orlando. We don't even know the mu'addins in Kissimmee. Yawm al-Qiyamah, those people will be walking and they'll have long necks. Everybody from this ummah will look at them and say, that was a mu'addin. That was a mu'addin. Yawm al-Qiyamah. It's just the Adhan, man. Calm down. It's just that the Adhan has faded away. Yadrusul Islamu kama yadrus washuthawb. That's what he said. Islam is going to fade away the way your thobe, the embroidery, fades away. The color, your thobe is no longer blue. Islam, same thing. Same. Why? Because we don't know. And if we don't know, how are our children going to know? How? Our children go to school, put their right hands on their hearts, and they do the Pledge of Allegiance. They memorize that stuff. But does he memorize the Adhan? Does he know the dua of the Adhan? No, he doesn't know. So all of those are signs of indications of the importance of the Adhan and the Mu'adhin in our Islam. If your father is a mu'adhin, you should feel a sense of iftikhar and i'tizaz back in your belly. Your father is the mu'adhin. Your grandfather was the mu'adhin. That is a nice job and career. Even if he was unemployed. And we look at him and we look at the imam, he doesn't have a degree, so go ahead, get the job as the imam. Give him the job. What? Yawm al-Qiyamah, he has a neck that's long. Another wisdom behind the long neck, Ummatul Islam, is Yawm al-Qiyamah, people will be standing in sweat. Some people up to their ankles, some people up to their shin, knees, thighs, and some people submersed. The longer your neck is, the more you can deal with the shiddah of that day. The mu'adhin. It's not a joke. I want to bring to your attention something critical. We see it in every masjid, and it happens every week in our masjid. And that is, the Nabi informed us and he told us, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, إذا سمعتم المؤذن فقولوا مثل ما يقول ثم صلوا عليه فإنه من صلى علي صلى الله عليه بها عشر ثم صلى لي الوسيلة فإنها منزلة في الجنة لا تنبغي إلا لأحد من عباد الله وأرجو أن أكون أنا هو. He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when the mu'adhin makes the adhan, Islam, istaykhidu. When the mu'adhin makes the adhan, repeat after him. When he says, Allahu Akbar, you say, Allahu Akbar. And go through that whole adhan. Everything he says, you say it. The Prophet said, but when he comes to hayya ala salat, hayya ala salat, hayya al falah, hayya al falah, come to the prayer, come to the success. When he says that, you should say, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. But that doesn't mean you leave out saying, hayya ala salat. You should say that as well. Because he said that سمعتم المؤذن فقولوا مثل ما يقول. So say that and also say the hawqala. And then after that, after the adhan is finished, do the durood sharif. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Go through all of that. And then after that, say the dua. Allahumma rabba hadhihi ad-da'wati at-tamma was-salata al-qa'imah. آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وبعث المقام المحمود الذي وعدته. And you stop it. And don't say لَكَ تُخْلِفُ الْمِيعَادَ. Because it's true. Allah, he doesn't break the promise. But the Prophet didn't say that. So you stop where he stopped. So a few things I want to mention. The hadith went on to say, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, say salat on me and then ask Allah to give me this dua. There are 5 things I want to mention to this community about this adhan. Ummatul Islam. My sisters and my Allah, the sisters and the mothers of the kids of this ummah, our wives, daughters. Listen. When that adhan goes off, this hadith proves a lot. Number 1, that as the Muslim hears the adhan, he doesn't sit there. La yataharrak, mayyit, na'im. He just doesn't do it. You have to say what the mu'adhin said. You have to repeat what he said. Don't look at your phone, not just for Jummah, for Dhuhr, for Asr. It also shows I have to go back because I forgot this. Abu Sa'id, when you are out there with your sheep in the badiyah, make the adhan, even if you're not in the masjid. Make the adhan in your house, man. The masjid is too far for you. Make the adhan in your house. Give your kids the ruh of al-Islam. Give your boy a responsibility of making the adhan. And yes, they came to Abu Hurairah and they said, do the women make the adhan? Should the women, when they're by themselves, should they make the adhan? He said to those women, radiyallahu anhu, أرأيت عبد ينهى أرأيت الذي ينهى عبد إذا صلى. Allah said, you see the one who stopped the slave from praying? You think I'm going to stop them from making the dhikr of Allah? Yeah, they can make the adhan. If they're by themselves, they can make the adhan. Even for the women. But back to the point. When the adhan goes off, you repeat what the mu'adhin said. When the adhan goes off and it comes to come to prayer, come to the success, you say that. And you also say, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi. When the imam comes from ruku and he says, Sami Allah liman hamida, the imam should say, Rabbana wa lakal hamd. And you, when the imam says, Sami Allah liman hamida, you also should say, Sami Allah liman hamida, and not just Rabbana wa lakal hamd. And the way we're going to learn about these smaller issues that are extremely important is by coming to the Masjid, is by taking the time out to learn our religion, by being committed Muslims, and not just the Quran. We have a lot of Quran these days. Who loves Allah, His Messenger, who's on it, who's not on it, who's said it, who ain't said it, who's this, who loves Rasulullah. Today, the Mawlid is the religion. There's no Mawlid in Al-Islam. By the Lord of the Kaaba, there's no Mawlid in Al-Islam. And I challenge anybody here, Wallahi, $1,000. No, let's increase it. $2,000. For anyone who can bring some proof, there is a Mawlid. Rasulullah forgot to tell us about a celebration in Al-Islam? No. So as it relates to the Adhan, Ummat al-Islam, the Adhan, it is from the institutions of Al-Islam. ذَلِكَ وَمَنْ يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ إِنَّهَا مِنْ تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. Rasulullah used to go with his companions on jihad. He would go for jihad, the real jihad of Islam, not the one we apologize about. People have their feet on our necks. Feet on our necks. What about October 7th? And we can't do anything but say, well, what about it? Yeah, condemn Hamas. So what we can do? Feet on our necks. He used to go for the jihad of Islam. And he would come upon the people at nighttime. He would say, everybody remain quiet. Wait until Fajr. If they make the Adhan, we'll leave them and go. If they don't make the Adhan, we're going to go on them with the Ghashiyah. So the Adhan protected the blood of the people. It's from the deen of Al-Islam. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ونسأل الله تعالى التوفيق والسداد.